From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
I thought it unmuted. I was wrong. It is a Monday, folks. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to the Deja Vu episode. I need a few more minutes to vamp to get ready here. But anyway, glad you're here. Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for Monday, March 15th. We're halfway through the third month of the year. Yay. 2021. We hope your weekend was great. We hope that whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching us on the rerun, they're having a great morning. All right, even if it's not Monday, we could all use a good morning. Well, I got to say that my weekend went well. We'll talk about that more in the next few minutes. Anyway, welcome to the show. We are powered by the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check out our variety of amazing programming right there. Last night, Heather Ellen was fantastic in an hour-long episode of Comics, Chaos, and Sass. A lot of great conversation. Please check that out. Great way to end your Sunday evening or start your Sunday evening if you work nights. But anyway, please check out the great shows. Take a screenshot of this if you would so you can refer to it later. And we've got all kinds of great entertaining shows. Oh my God, we cover so many topics that are really interesting. And maybe you get inspired. Maybe you'll do a little something to step out of your own comfort zone. But anyway, today, I am it as far as the network goes. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., we've got TED Talks. And he's going to have a special guest on. I believe, is that Carl Witzman, I think? Anyway, it's going to be a great, great show. He's always got a great show. And then at 6 p.m., it's not on our list, but we love them just the same. Legend of the Traveling TARDIS with Christian Basil. Always got a great topic every week, for all Whovians. Yes, I've only had one cup of coffee. And actually, I'm on my first cup of coffee. Anyway, Christian Basil has a fantastic show, and if you have any interest at all in Doctor Who, past or present, please check that out. Whether you are anyone between William or Jodie, if you like that show, you will love Legend Traveling TARDIS and interact with them and become part of the legend. Then at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, I have a very special episode of Clever Tile Penny. We've got three people that don't do many interviews, and we're hoping to give them a little leg up here. People I think you'll want to get to know, and one of them you'll want to know better. William Bove, Morgan Strawn-Connick, and the return of Teresa Dunn. It's going to be a great, great show tomorrow. And anyway, we are also supported by not just the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, but the Patreon supporters that we have. We love them all, and you can become part of our love fest too. We post chapters of works in progress. We're sharing all kinds of stuff that's going on with us right now. We've got a lot of things happening right now at the Rising Tide, and we would love you to be a part of it. And our friends are getting creative. We'll share their stuff with you. So please, just $1 a month. It helps us a lot. And thanks to, in all seriousness, thanks to everyone who has contributed, whether it is to the tip jar or whether it is on an ongoing basis to our Patreon. You have made possible several repairs to the computer system, some upgrades to things that make the show look a little better as soon as I figure out how to work them. But anyway, please join our Patreon supporters at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And also, this show is brought to you by Plasma Fire Graphics and Jeffrey Hayes. Whenever you need a graphics program or a campaign set up and you want your graphics in place, including a great trailer like you saw at the start of the show, then contact plasmafiregraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers. And good morning, honey. Cookie just got her coffee, so we're on speaking terms. Anyway, please check out Plasma Fire Graphics. Also on Facebook, they are amazing, and Jeffrey is a wonderful human being. And if you're watching us on no matter what the platform, please give us a like or a thumbs up if you've enjoyed any part of this video or plan to, because it helps us quite a bit. And also, please, if you're on Facebook, please like the page you're watching this on. And if you're on YouTube, please consider subscribing. It just takes a minute, or actually not even a minute, just a click, and you're subscribed. Please ring the bell so you're notified of all our future appearances, and anytime we post something special. There's a lot going on here. And also check out risingtide.pub where you can sign up for our free monthly newsletter and check out what we're doing. And we have gone through everything, I hope. And now here we go. We're bracing ourselves for the inevitable behindedness of the comments. And I see that I'm about 40 comments behind. So we're going to try to see how close we can go to get caught up here. And the first one in the gate is the Skunk Rocker himself. Skunk, good to see you, brother. And at 9:05 a.m., and he goes, it's 9 a.m. and I don't see Trevor Hawkins. Either he's sleeping in or he forgot the time change. Both are possible. I know that I probably would have forgotten if I hadn't seen people online going, be sure to set your clocks forward. And it's like, oh yeah, that. So anyway, and there's Nicholas Tucker. Good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you. And good morning to you, Skunk Rocker. Glad to see you. And the mighty Manatee Man, Master of Marketing, rises. Great things are coming this week as the winds of change sweep through our community. Let those blow away the confusion and clarify the path ahead. I couldn't have put it better. Last week was not a great week for some of us here, and this week is already starting out super. And in fact, I'm going to try. I like I said, I needed a few seconds to vamp because I did not. Let's see. Here we go. I did not get this ready, and I should have. I am so proud to be here. There was a book release this week, and let me take Nick Tucker's comment down. There it is. Biff Bam Eow, the Subterranean Blue Grotto Guide to Batman 66 Season 2. And there's the first edition came out I think earlier this year, last year. And it was very well received. It is a season by season examination of the Batman TV series starring Adam West and Burt Ward. And I am in the second volume, which excites me greatly. This is quite a book here. I am really proud to be in it. You have no idea how much. It's from Crazy 8 Press, edited by Jim Beard. And oh my God, the people in this book. We've got not just Rich Handley is also the co-editor. Aside from myself, there's Bobby Nash, Paul Kupperberg, Peter David, Keith R.A. Candido, Dan Greenfield, John C. Bruning, Greg Cox, Bob Greenberger, Ed Cato, Teal, James Glenn, Frank Schildender, and Michael Jan Friedman. And that's not all of them. I'm in there too. And what it is an examination, like I said, of the Batman TV series. I focus on the 2 episodes featuring Egghead, played by Vincent Price. And how do those episodes stand up in a woke culture? You know, when you start out in your one of your chief antagonists is Chief Screaming Eagle, you know you've got some apologizing to do. But anyway, please check it out. I am so very proud of that book, and I think you'll be proud to have that in your library too. And the 3rd volume is being set up as we speak, which will be about the 3rd and final season of the Batman television show. And I will have an article in that too. So anyway, please check it out. All right. And that premiered at #1, and it's available in ebook and in paperback form. So check it out. So anyway, Nick, I agree with you. This is going to be a good week. This is going to be a good week. And if that doesn't work, buy the simple sword and the fighting axe and carve yourself a new world safely. Yeah, Nick just released a brand new book last week, The Fighting Axe, which is a great companion to The Simple Sword, which is, you know, I just located my copy again, and I was flipping through that, and I'm like, dang, I've got to sit and read this again. This is good. Nick does a great job, and plus Friday nights at 8 p.m. 7 p.m. Central on the Historical Fencing Guild channel, he has his own show, and he teaches all manner of combat wariness, and it's a really, really great show. Nick does a fantastic job. I'm so very proud of him. I love watching that show. And Scott Cracker, oh hey Nick, and good morning Teresa Dunn. Wow, good morning Brian and Creative Nevermorians. Let the week begin. I am ready for it. Actually, my week began yesterday. It was really good. Check out Indie Volt Radio or indievolt.com or Indie Volt pages here on Facebook or on YouTube. I was on yesterday, got to spend some time with an old friend of mine, Rob Davis of Airship 27, and Glenn B. Fleming, and great cast. Randy Zimmerman put together another super show, and it was a lot of fun. I got to be the co-host for once. I got drafted into it. I didn't realize it. You know, and Randy introduces me, and now here's our guest co-host, Brian, and I'm like, what? What the hell? Unfortunately, I had coffee, and I've got coffee now, so this show will get better. Trust me, it's got to. But anyway, it was fantastic, and it was a really good conversation about a lot of things, all dealing with positivity and comics, and it was a good time, and we hope you go back and watch that show. And also, Randy is and Indie Volt and Varian Grant are putting together a brand new anthology that I'm really excited about. Check out my profile page on Facebook, and you'll see more about it. Indie Volt Revolt, that I'm really excited about. There's some top talent in there, and it's going to be more than just a cut above, just like Nick Tucker, standard anthologies that you see now. But anyway, check them out, and check out Saturday night, Joe D. McPhee. They had a great show at from the desk of a small press publisher. Morning all, morning Brian. I survived another show. Yeah, I had to check out early. I'm going to go back and watch the rest of it because I always watch your show. And check out his interviews with various comic creatives. Wonderful interviewer he is. And anyway, hope all is well with everyone. I'm having a great morning, and especially now that you're here, Joe. Hope you are having a great one too. Scott Cracker says, all right, you know what? I'm bored. Brian started the show already. Okay, yes, sir. And good morning, early risers. Good morning, Carl Witzman. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're having a good morning. Loved your comments last night on Heather's show. And I almost forgot, says Skunk Rocker. Hello, Teresa and Joe, and hey, Carl. And actually, let's just put in a blanket hello statement. Morning, Nevermorians. Morning, Brian. Morning, already slightly bent. No parking sign on the side of the freeway. Roll. Did you have your coffee this morning, Skunk? And there I said hi to everyone. Good work, man. Good work. And, and Carl is mocking the slightly bent parking sign. Oops. And Skunk, what is the word for today? And Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin, good to see you, Mike Jimmy. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great morning. Good to see you yesterday on Randy's show. And Teresa Skunk, how you doing, man? And hey, everyone's saying hello. And Carl Wisman's waving at everyone as he gets in his seat. And Nick is just like, he's got nothing. It's okay, though. We'll give something for him. And Scott Cracker says, well, Mr. McPhee, the word of the day is efficiency. I now have an assistant to help me with video editing, and that is going to make me more efficient. Well, that's super, Skunk. That's good to hear. Man, you do such a great job. Man, if you teach him half of what you know, man, I'm serious that whoever you've got to help you is going to be amazing. Seriously. And speaking of amazing, there is Ted Davies. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And he brought the covfefe. Oh, God, I need it right now. Anyway, we slept in a little this morning. You know that when you don't have really enough time to get your act together. Well, that was me this morning. Oh, it adds to the energy. Anyway, Eric Hawkins, morning, peoples. Morning to you, my friend. And join Eric Hawkins and myself this Thursday for another episode of Comic Book Spectrum. Really, really happy with that show. And yesterday, Eric, I got all kinds of good comments about the shows from the panelists, really liking what we're doing. And if you have an interest in comics and you want to hear kind of an upbeat, positive spin on a truly American art form, it's kind of like jazz or the blues. It's like it's something that has grown into something that is far greater than the sum of its parts, you could say. And we talk about comics. It's a well-educated panel, and me. But no, Eric and Clyde Hall and Brian Rodman bring a lot to the table. And we hope you'll join us at that table Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central at Comic Book Spectrum. We have a good time. We hope you do too. Plus, you'll learn about some, I think we've helped some local comic shops increase their sales from our reviews. And we're going to have a lot of reviews this week. So it's going to add some conversation. It'll be fun. And Scott Cracker says, because the gears of a transmission, the more people that you have assisting you with the task, the faster it'll get done. That is true. And I'm learning that I am not a one-man operation. I cannot be. And that's useful to know, Skunk. It really is. I'm glad you've learned it too. Last week I was not having my best week ever, and because of reasons. And I had some people pitching in to help me and offering support, and just the offer was enough to remind me that I don't know what I did to get you guys. I must have done something really good in a previous life or something, but I am grateful to everyone who reached out to help me to make sure I was okay. And a special thanks to Amy Hale, who created our brand new intro to Nevermind the Furthermore. And we hope that you like it. I do. I ran it twice today. Of course I like it. I could run that thing for 2 hours and then save us a lot of work, wouldn't it? Anyway, but thank you to everyone who reached out to me and offered help. It was greatly appreciated. And hello, everyone. Mwah, Carleen. It's good to see you, darling. Hope you're having a great morning so far. And Amy Hale, we were just talking about you and saying nice things. Mwah, good morning, everyone. Hey, everyone go back and please watch Creative as Hale from last Thursday. She had the amazing Susan Tisdale on. I'm about 2/3 of the way through that, and Cookie gets a shout out. I get a shout out. That was hilarious. I played it for Cookie. She howled with laughter because she called it all stems from Cookie congratulating Amy at a show a number of years ago after we had just met, of course, and calling her a rude name. And of course, I didn't know this till about a month later. So it's like, so anyway, please check out Amy's interview with Susan Tisdale. A passionate person about her writing and her marketing, as well as the field of writing in general. And she's a terrific romance writer. I really do need to get some of her books. She sounds incredible. and how she didn't wait till it was perfect to make it a hit. So please check out that interview and check out Amy Hale, Creative as Hale, every Thursday night at 8 p.m. following Comic Book Spectrum on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please go to our Facebook page and check out what we offer. And we also have most of our past shows on there too. And also check out that, round out our Thursday, Ted Talks in the morning. And he talks timepieces then. It's really, it may not sound like much, but it really is a fascinating show. I really dig it. And I'm not a watch aficionado, but like with cigars, Ted knows how to make it sound good. And then at 9 p.m. that night is Stupid O'Clock with Joe Dog McKeel and the rest of the Skunk Rocker and the rest of the great panel there talking about stuff, and it is always entertaining. Speaking of entertaining, there's Carl Wisman. That's great news, Skunk. We knew that you were looking for video help for some time, and there he is. That's the other bit of good news here. Good morning here from Facebook land, says Charles F. Millhouse. Did you know? Well, I gotta get it out. I was gonna get to this. Folks, I may not have a award much longer. I've got an award for not murdering someone. But let's read this. Anyway, did you know Pulp Reality #1 was nominated for a Pulp Factory Award? Here is the link right there. Check it out. Please go vote. We are in 2 categories, Best Anthology and Best Cover for Damian Aviles. Great cover for Pulp Reality #1. This also has myself, Bobby Nash, Charles F. Millhouse, of course, Kelly Austin, Clayton Merwin, Rick Bradley, Ted Davies, Clyde Hall, Stephen Burks. Let's see who else. Candace Cavalieri. How could I forget Candace Cavalieri? And Lawrence Everett, Pete Lutz, and Lance Footer. We would love it if you would please go to this link down here. And I've got it on my page too. And please vote for this book. Like I said, we are up for Best Anthology and Best Cover. I think we've earned both of them. And I am tickled that we made the nomination. I am now a Pulp Factory Award nominated author, I guess, right? Am I right, Charles? But anyway, please check that out. Please vote for us. And there's a lot of great competition there. We would appreciate your support. And thank you. That's all I can say, I guess. And all I can say is hello to Keisha Acuff. Hello and good morning, my loves. Darling, glad you're here. Hope your Monday is treating you well so far. And Ryan Permisson, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And thanks for a great shows this weekend. Ryan Permisson has some good stuff going on the Hanging with Web Show Network. Check out what they do. They do great stuff. And we are proud to be able to talk up both Hanging with Web Show Networks and Indie Volt. They are both doing some great programming. There is no one here with an internet connection who should ever say they're bored, because between them and us, we got you covered. All right. And a lot of variety, a lot of entertainment. It is good stuff. And Ted Davies says, new TED Talks this week, interviewing Carl Wisman, because he's an author too. Live Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Check it out at Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube. Also, Ted Davies Artistry on Facebook and his profile page. And also, don't forget TedDaviesArtistry.com. Okay. Also, please, when you're on YouTube, a number of us on the network have our own YouTube pages. For instance, myself, Ted Davies Artistry, Amy Hale. We all have a little reflex. Sorry, we all have YouTube pages. When you're there, if you the sound and picture quality is a little bit better than it is on Facebook, for understandable reasons. YouTube got into this first. They're specialists at it. So, but anyway, please take a moment and subscribe to the channel you're watching this on, because it helps us a lot in our algorithms. And we are up to 446 subscribers when I looked last time. Let me refresh that and see where I'm at. 466 subscribers. Thank you, Dan, for subscribing. Thank you, everyone who has subscribed to my channel. We are looking to hit the 1,000 mark, not necessarily because it means we could get monetization for it, which opens up a whole new world of headaches, I understand, but mostly because we'll get a little more attention rather on the search arguments that already everyone who has helped us, all 466 of you have helped us immeasurably, and we thank you so much. And everyone who has put people like Amy and Ted over 200, and we got to do the rest of our channel, because it's a collaborative effort, whether it's us or Michaela Jade or Comics and More New Jersey, which is Heather Ellen's channel, or Nick Tockard's Historical Fencing Guild, making sure I didn't leave anyone out. But anyway, please check us all out. All right. And please hit the subscribe. It costs you nothing, and you can change your mind later. So anyway, please check it out. And Ryan Permisson, good morning to you. Check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talkin' Movies, on Anchor FM. That's episode 90 of the Nerdcast. Holy cats. I didn't think my heart could take it when 89 of them came out. But to find out there's 90 of them, thank you. It's great. Anyway, please check out that show. Ryan does a super job. He's a great interviewer. And I see you, Teresa Dunn, hiding there on Facebook. And want to you. Looking forward to having you on Clever Title Pending tomorrow with Morgan Strongham and William Bove. And Carl Whitson, I just love Amy Hale's customer service voice. Oh, boom chicka wow wow, I do too. And the Uncle Dudley of YouTube is here. Great photos. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Yeah, Amy worked hard. She asked me what I wanted. I told her. She gave me some. Like, here were my standards. She gave me this, and then just kept pushing the bar up from there. And I am so very proud of that intro. I could run that thing every 5 minutes. I love it so. But anyway, I'm glad everyone else does. And Amy and I will be collaborating on an outro and other things. So it's good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, you want to check out that book there on Amazon. That is Poetry Expressions from Teresa Dunn. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow. And Scott Crocker said, I wonder what happened there. Yeah. And Ryan Permisson said, tons of new video dropped this week. Subscribe to the channel today for great nerdy content. The Nerd Culture channel. Let's give them some love too. They are so good to us. And Ryan does great work. And Glenn B. Fleming, Brian, you're everywhere. Glenn, you should talk, brother. You are omnipresent, sir. It was great hanging with you yesterday, and Randy Zimmerman, Rob and Russ and everybody else and Barry and everybody on the show yesterday. Please check out Sunday Funnies. That turned out so well. And Glenn B. Fleming, of course, was fascinating, as interesting as he is talented, which means you were enraptured upon hearing his very words. Anyway, Glenn, it's great to see you this morning. Hope your morning's going well. If you're wondering what the heck we are talking about while I refill my coffee cup, it's this.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
If you like comic book spectrum, you are going to love Sunday Funnies. Randy does an incredible job. And Glenn, of course, it always does my heart good to be hanging out with you. It really does. Love listening to you. You're crazy talented and maybe a little bit crazy, which is why we get along. But anyway, please check out Glenn B. Fleming also on Amazon. He is incredibly talented with a variety of books. And someone else who makes my heart beat glad, it is the lovely and desirable Sarah. Sarah, mwah, glad to see you, Sarah. Good morning. Going to do some more listening today than looking at the chat, doing some assignments while listening. Well, anyway, glad to see you, Sarah, as always, hon. We're so glad you're back with us. And I'm currently hearing rain outside. We're supposed to get rain around 1 o'clock. Think a cookie fondly, because we're also supposed to be getting sleet here. So we could be a little iffy at work today. So anyway, Sarah, hope you're staying dry and happy. And it was good seeing you at the green room the other night. I am verklempt with joy that of your return. And so good, we had to play it again. Oh yeah. And the mic, yep, it is. Yeah. Here's a little thing. I sometimes mute my mic, and especially since Cookie was coming around, I didn't want you guys to hear us making smoochies at each other. Ooh, smoochies. And so I muted the microphone, but I forgot to turn it on. And really, Mike, Jimmy, Lorcia de Bruin, real professional broadcasters mute their mic and start their show at the same time. It's just a fact. Ask Carl, ask Ted. Ted puts on some of the slickest stuff this whole network does, and he had a whole episode where he had muted his microphone. I haven't teased him much about it because I hear the stones whizzing through my glass house way too often, and we're still getting used to this new setup of ours. So, but that will come. And yep. And good morning to you, my man. Hope you are doing well today. Good to see you on YouTube. And Nick, yeah, muted Morning Mayhem. That's how you know it's a professional show, Nick. And Nick had his own kerfluffle on Friday night. I'm sorry to say, the StreamYard was not playing nice with him. But Nick, you got through it, and I watched the. I'm almost through. Actually, I'm almost through the revamped version of the show. Perfection as always, man. You are so good. I love the passion you bring. And Ryan Permisson bought some books over this weekend, from Star Wars to self-help. Target has a great selection, always looking to stock up. And that's a super idea. I love going through the inexpensive books or the remainders. Where was I at yesterday? I was someplace, and I went into Dollar General. I hadn't been to Dollar General in a long time, and I love checking out their books. I didn't see anything, of course, but I'm kind of picky about it because I'm so far behind in my reading. Ask any of my friends who ask me, Brian, have you read my book yet? Why haven't you left me a review? Well, one time I really love looking at the Dollar General books because they get some really funky things in there. I mean, they get the regular names like James Patterson and all that. But one time I went in, and I wish I could remember the name of the author, but he's one of the chief fans turned professional writers from Doctor Who fandom in the 90s, and I think he wrote I want to say it was the one who wrote the two-parter, the David Tennant shows where the Doctor had turned human, one of the Martha Jones episodes. But anyway, it was a great book. It was about the Avengers, not the Marvel Comics one, but the original one from the British TV show. And it was total fan wank. It was marvelously written, but it was an adventure that not only had John Steed, it not only had Emma Peel, but it also had Tara King, Mike Gambit, Purdy, Dr. King, everyone from the Avengers was in it, and it was glorious, and it was marvelously written too, which is not something you see from a lot of fan stuff. But anyway, it was a great book, and I'm always walking in there and trying to see what other glories that I didn't know about lurk there. I love those shows. Anyway, nice catch, Brian. Only on mute for about 5 seconds. Kudos to you, and I love them, darling. I love them. Of you too. All right. Seriously, it makes me happy to see you here. It really does. And I hope you have a fantastic day, sweetheart. I really do. And Ryan Permisson, on summer reading, send me some links to books via direct message. Yes, please send some links to Ryan Permisson. In fact, let me give you one here. All right. I think this should work. All right, here we go. It's going to be a long one. That's what she said. And let me get that in there. All right, let's see if I can make this work. And it should be showing up now late in the comments. There it is. Check it out. That is, there we go. And it's still processing. I'm going to wait for that to get done before I try anything new. But anyway, yeah, send Ryan some links. He is constantly looking for new things to entertain him. And also what we're sending to you is a link to this book. Biff Bam Yow, the Subterranean Blue Grotto Guide to Batman 66. It premiered at #1 on Amazon, and it is holding, I think last I looked, is it still? Let me check that thing. Is it still at #1? Yes, Jim Beard. Oh, Jim Beard, Bobby Nash. Yes. Oh, I'm following them. What's it saying? Yes, and see, they also have the Zlonk Zok Zowie, which is the season 1 episode. And there's other stuff there. But where is it? It's still number 1 in television guides and reviews, and number 12 in TV guides and reviews, and 612 in performing arts. That is super, super progress there. Definitely, please check this out. And let's frame that a little better. There we go. Please check that book out. I Am in It, and the Kindle price is $5.99. The paperback is $15.99. Available now on Amazon. So please check that out. And thank you very much. And Sarah, I try. Anyway, please send your DMs to Ryan and Joe Dog McKeel, March 15th, a tu Brute. Hey, that's right. That's right. Today is the Ides of March. And I'm not just talking vehicle, baby. I'm everything you need. I'll be your vehicle, baby. Yeah. But anyway, no, we're not talking about what became Survivor. Anyway, good. Yeah, that's true. It is. And yesterday was Pi Day, and the celebration of the birth of Albert Einstein. I learned that yesterday. We did have pie to celebrate. It was key lime pie from Aldi's. It was amazing stuff. It was really good. I love key lime pie. Key lime is probably my favorite flavor right now. But anyway, please check out the book, Biff Bam Yow from Crazy 8 Press, edited by Jim Beard and Rich Handley. And I'm in it. I have an article about Vincent Price's Egghead that I think you will enjoy. And Christian Illusionist Jake, good to have you here, sir. Hi, Brian. I found out a really good magician friend lives in Lafayette. His name is Jamie Doyle. I don't think I've run into Jamie. I will have to keep my eye peeled. Thank you, sir. And I hope you're doing well this morning, Jake. And we just had a comment dump. And let's see. An error occurred there. Let's see, which one was it? Okay, we'll figure that out later. Got an error message on one of my posts there, but that's okay. And we just had a comment dump. It is all good though. Let's see what we can do to catch up though. Okay. So we're going to be running fast. As soon as I find where I left off here. Good heavens. And let's see. Oh, there we go. And the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Good to see you this morning. Arise, Monday Morris Monster, arise, unmute your audio for the 18th time and let us hear your sweet voice echo through the halls of the Valley of the Jade Cleaves and dive into the bushes head first. Oh yeah, leading with my tongue, brother. Don't forget, check out tomorrow night, every Tuesday night at 6 p.m., The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and become part of the legend. And since we have their ad here, here's what they do.
This is The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
All right, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. on the Hanging with Web Show Network. Please check it out and become part of the legend. Also, please check out their Facebook page. Over 50,000 likes on that one. Help Christian be more liked. Anyway, Bill Sarden has joined us now. And thank you, Christian Jake, for subscribing. Appreciate it, man. And good morning to the mischievous man and the mystical Fez and all the merry Monday Morians. Count your blessings. You have more than you realize. Bill, last week was where I counted mine, and I don't have that many fingers and toes. I definitely am blessed. And hashtag keep Cookie Covfefe. Yes, we Cookie got her Covfefe off screen, and we will be brewing more later on for my sake and hers. Anyway, thank you, Nick, and hashtag bring Cookie home. Thank you, Bill, as always. That's our goal, brother. That is our goal. And Joe Dog McPhee from YouTube. Good to see you, sir. Discovery Channel was showing Naked and Afraid pop-up editions. Yes, my dirty mind made me giggle on that. Join with me, Christian. Yes. Yeah, yeah, and the first time I heard about it, who was it? The lady that was on Veronica Mars, she was talking about her time on Naked and Afraid, and I'm like, this sounds like a show I've got to watch. Seeing her naked is not a bad thing. But anyway, but that's just me. And Lacey Lemke, mwah, darling, good to see you this morning. All my friends are here. I like this. And good gloomy Monday morning, everyone. Check out Zen of the Misty Vales right there at that address and her motley crew of fantasy friends as they quest to destroy the god of erasure and stop the rot before it engulfs the land. That sounds great. That is, and Ryan, there is another book you can check out too. And Lacey's a fantastic creative author, and I love her. Mwah. Hope you're doing well this morning. Hope all is well. And yeah, it is way gray out there. So, and everyone, if you're in the middle of the rainstorms that we are anticipating, please stay safe. And if you're in the lower central states, we've been thinking about you. Hope you are staying safe as well. And you are in the second volume. Are you Egghead? No, I wrote about Egghead, but I'm far from an Egghead, although we do share a similar trait there. But no, it was, I tell people what a great job I've got. Your assignment is to watch Batman, the TV show. Okay. I was going to do that anyway. This is great stuff. But no, one of the reasons I like doing occasional nonfiction articles is I learn all kinds of great stuff. And I learned stuff we have some information on Vincent Price that I guarantee you will not have known unless you are a hardcore fan. And we also talk about the other people in the show. We also talk about the culture of the time. And I learned that there is also an appearance in there from the man who wrote the classic episode of All in the Family, where Sammy Davis Jr. is the guest star with Archie Bunker. So I learned a lot when putting together this article. Jim Beard, God bless him, gave me the idea to approach the episode view with, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I took it a little further than probably he anticipated, but he told me in the end he really enjoyed it. And of course he printed it. He's printing it, and I'm proud of it. I really am. So yeah, I'm in there. And congrats, Brian. That's cool. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. I'm proud to be, this is pretty fast company. Like there's some of my favorite comic book people, like Paul Kupperberg, who's written over 3,000 comic book scripts and was the chief writer on Superboy and Supergirl, and he's written Superman, Arion of Atlantis, and a whole bunch of mystery stories. Fantastic writer. Peter David, who's not only a New York Times bestselling novelist, but he's also written TV like Babylon 5. He's written movies. He's probably most famous for being writer on The Incredible Hulk for 12 years, as well as Spider-Man, Merc, and a whole bunch of really Young Justice from DC. A lot of great stuff. Really terrific writer. Keith R.A. Candido has written a lot of alternate history anthologies. John C. Bruning and Jim Beard, of course, from Flinch Press, great writers. And then they've both been on Clever Tile Penning. Teal James Glenn and Frank Schildender, who are terrific new pulp writers. Michael Jan Friedman wrote the DC Star Trek family books for a long, long time. Ed Cato's not only a good writer, but terrific great writer, great artist. He's a good guy too. So I'm in some fast company here. And of course, Bobby Nash, who you all know or should, BobbyNash.com. Check him out. So thank you, Amy. I'm very happy. And well done in the Egghead article, Brian. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. And wow, congratulations, Brian. So cool. Yeah, I'm excited. And I got the news about this. I knew this was coming out, of course, but coming out as soon as it did, after a very challenging week, I'm like, yeah. And then to get nominated for Pulp Press Award, Pulp Reality. Earlier, Charles F. Milhouse left an address to vote in this Pulp Reality #1, featuring many of your Nevermorian friends, is up for Best Anthology and Best Cover. So please consider voting for us. We would appreciate it. Eric Hawkins, how did I know you had to do with Egghead? It was a blessing. Truth be known, somebody did not make a deadline, and so Jim turned to me and said, can you do it? And I'm like, oh yeah. So we did. And anyway, there's Willow Schuyler. Mwah, Willow, thank you for everything you do, darling. She is the chief information officer of Hanging with Web Show Network. And she also has her own great show, Willow's Pillow Talk, that runs on the weekends. Please check out what Willow does. She's very, very talented and adorable, and the pinup girl of our dreams. And it's good to see you, Willow. Well, hope your morning's going well. Hope those people demanding coffee treat you well today. And Brian Rodman, there he is, brother, a healthy part of a good breakfast, and 1/4 of Comic Book Spectrum on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Let's shake off the gloomy dooms of the Monday monsoon of sadness and enter into the land of Nevermore, a magical place filled with spine-licking and #dino porn. May our Christians die from nighty naughty bliss. Welcome to the show, everyone. And please check out, I believe, Memoirs of an Angel is still running on Kickstarter. It has made its goal. So you're betting on a sure thing. And actually, it's a very entertaining, very interesting comic book. Brian's done a great job on his writing and drawing it. And not only that, but it is he's currently offering more to his backers. And for every $500 he gets above his goal, he's going to unlock another stretch goal. And right now he's unlocked one. He's over $2,500. Let's get him to $3,000. So Brian, put in that link. I know you will. And where you find Brian Rodman, you're going to find another 33 1/3% of the Dastardly Dingoes. Jeremy Woodring, the Dastardly Dingoes are 12 subscribers away from 500. Help us get over this hurdle at YouTube. Please check it out. Yeah, it's a great show, great channel. Love these guys. That is fantastic, Jeremy. And that means you've passed me up on YouTube. I love it. I like it when my friends pass me up. Please send me subscribers. Anyway, no, please check out Jeremy Woodring and please support the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. That is always good fun. And congrats, sir. Thank you, Joe Dog. I appreciate that. I am so very happy about it. And saying hello, Willow Schuyler. And John B. Pica, good to see you. Hey there, friends and foes. I am listening while driving. I got all the way to the office and realized I forgot the keys at home, so I had to turn around and go back to them. Oy vey, it's a Monday, brother. It is a Monday for sure. And I got to check out your Saturday episode because Willow Schuyler hijacked Behind the Cereal Box 9 a.m. Eastern every Sunday morning. And I can't wait to see what she and Kelly did with it. And Kelly, like I said, Kelly Gutner's, she's a fantastic cosplayer and she's a dear friend. She's also a novelist. She wrote a book years ago. It's still available on Amazon. And I keep, she keeps thinking family comes before writing. How can I cure her of this ill? But anyway, no, she wrote a really fun superheroine book years ago. And I've been nagging her ever since to do the sequel. So I think at the time she put that out, I think I only had like 1 or 2 books out. And since then I've got like 7 in print plus anthologies and articles and stuff, but she's got a family and I understand. I seriously do, but I wish she'd get back to writing. I really do. But anyway, John, hope this is the worst thing that happens to you all day, sir. You're going to be in good shape otherwise. And I'm a longtime follower, always great content. Oh, Ted, you should talk. You always have great content. And 192 subscribers, almost 200. Ooh, let's get that over 200 there. And Brian Rodman says, Jeremy Woodring just beat me to it. It's been a great weekend for the Dingoes. We have reached some sort of magical algorithm on the YouTubes. Jeremy has done an amazing job producing this show, folks. Check it out and drink the Kool-Aid with all of us. I'm a fan too. At Dastardly Dingoes, check out that web address there. Thank you, Brian. And thank you, Jeremy. And there's Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. Sorry, running behind, finishing up some minor video work for Stormgate Press, Pulp Reality 2. Y'all have a great day and check out plasmafiregraphics.com. And also check out the Facebook page, Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters, it matters to your readers. It better matter to you. Plus, if you need promotional graphics, if you need trailers like some of the ones we've been running this morning. I think the only one we've run this morning that wasn't made by Jeffrey Hayes was Christian Basil's for The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. But please check it out. These guys do amazing work, and I am happy that they are a part of my life. And ramblings in the background, pencils in front of me, says Mike Jimmy Lurch to Bruin. And Was it Joker's on the right, here I am stuck in the middle with you? Is that it? And the Ides of March, says the Skunk Cracker, more like the Tides of March, as my co-worker Russell would say. It's get it, okay? I get that, Skunk. It's a morning. And Will and Skyler, morning, Joe. And hello, Trevor Hawkins. Good to see you. Hope your weekend went well, sir. And Brian Robin, folks, we are at 78 backers on Kickstarter for Memoirs of an Angel #7, and we are trying to get to 100. Please, please, please help us get there before this thing comes to a close. And it continues, does it? Yes, it does. Pull back the curtain of the physical realm and enter the world of the unseen, where a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings fight an insurmountable evil at Hillcrest Sanitarium to rescue a demon-possessed boy from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. It's Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist, and you can join the adventure today. Check out the Kickstarter at that address there, MOA7 Kickstarter. Today. That's a bit.ly address. Please check it out. It is going to be a good book. I am backing it. So you should too. All right. And Trevor is just busy at work. Well, Trevor, we're glad to have you here, man. Hope your work is going well too. And Scott Greiger, finally Trevor shows up. You're late. We're going to have to see your hall pass. And otherwise, it's down to the principal's office for a spanking. Oh boy. And anyway, now Brian Robin gives us the correct address. You and me both, pal. And don't forget, you can get a Rising Tide mug that will add to the caffeine level without increasing your blood pressure. Disclaimer, these comments are made by a quack and no one anyway connected with the medical community. Anyway, Rising Tide Publications mug will make everything happier for you. It will improve your day. It does mine. I drink everything out of it. Pretty much. Lots of coffee, kids. Lots of coffee. So please check it out. All right, we've got merch. We've got a merch page on Teespring. Check it out. You can find the direct link. If you're watching on Facebook, it's above this video. If you're watching on YouTube, it's down below. Please check it out. We hope you'll get some cool stuff. And speaking of cool stuff, there is Bill Sarton saying the bird's the word when you check out Cindy Kep's snazzy, jazzy, nifty newsletter by clicking on CKOEPP.com. You'll be a happy camper for doing it. So it was super. It was the last issue, as always, was great. Cindy puts a lot of forethought into her newsletter. Mine's kind of a first draft kind of thing, but we bring passion to it, and it sounds like me. But anyway, Cindy does a very thoughtful newsletter, and you actually feel better after having read it. And she gives you samples of her work, advanced looks at new things like her newest project, which is a comic book adaptation of her latest novel, Animal Eye. So please check that out. And Run Again, I missed it. The intro will run again at the end of the show, John. These people have already seen it twice because I wasn't ready yet. Anyway, and then Ted, you're my favorite human being right now. If only that I see like this conveyor belt of coffee coming in here, and oh dear God, do I need it. Slept in a little. Even though I had a very mellow yesterday, I did get a lot of work done. So, and we did some housework stuff. And there's William Pace. Glad to see you, William. As always, I hate Mondays, but I get work done. I uploaded 3 episodes of ageofradio.org for Creators Outlet. Very, very cool. This sounds like something we all need to check out, William. Thank you very much for that. And thanks, Ted. I need it, says Brian Rodman. And Carl Winsman quotes Donna Carlene saying, work? And Trevor Hawkins mocks Skunk with his laughter and his ming. And Charles or anyone involved, post a link to the vote on the Rising Tide page on Facebook so I can find it later. Please, please, please. Skunk, I've also got it on my profile page and on the Rising Tide. I think I posted it yesterday on the Rising Tide publications, and we are going to do what we can to boost the thing. So yeah, thank you, Skunk. We'd appreciate it. As I said earlier, we are those of us involved with Pulp Reality #1 from Stormgate Press. We are now nominated for, it's basically the Oscars of the pulp writing field, and we are all going to share this award. I will take full credit for it, of course, because that's what I do. But anyway, please check out Pulp Reality #1, available on Amazon. And then please check with me or Charles F. Millhouse or any of the people involved. And please vote. We are up for Best Anthology of 2020 as well as Best Cover. And we'd like to sweep the awards in both our categories. And some of us still have jobs in the secular world, Dark Pope. Well, that's true, but we'll get you out there too. Scott Crocker, because I can't vote and drive at the same time. Just saying, you be safe, young man. You please be safe, all right? That is so very important. And Jeremy Woodring says our newest episode of Indie View is live now. Chad reviews indie comics that were released in February. I've had a blast working on this show. It's shot in portrait orientation, so it's pushed my creativity when building the look of the show. Is that a nice way of saying that Chad needs to turn his phone on its side like the rest of us? Yeah. Oh, but anyway, yeah, I'll check that out. That sounds good. I like these comic review shows. I love doing ours. Ours is going to be great. We're going to have some extra reviews this week and some discussion with you guys. And please check out last week's issue 3 of Comic Book Spectrum. It turned out really well, and we had a terrific discussion on how to grow the mainstream comic book industry, because for the last 40 years, it doesn't seem like the publishers have been that interested in it. Anyway, Brian Rodman says, congratulations, Pulp Reality, folks. I just voted. Go knock 'em dead. Brian, thank you so very much. Appreciate you, man. So glad to get your vote. I appreciate it, sir. And I understand, Trevor, I had enough of that myself. Yeah. And check out Life on Korra #3 on Indiegogo. We're just past our first goal and got plenty more lined up. Oh, Mike, Jimmy, Lurcher DeBruin, please put in a link to that for people to, especially if you can do it on Facebook if at all possible, so that people can click on that directly and purchase or at least get involved with your Indiegogo. That's great. Good work on that. We're proud of you, Mike, Jimmy. And Grant Lankard, good morning, all. Angie and I are watching on the big screen. Well, hello, Grant and Angie. How are you? Hey, Kat, how are you? Anyway, and Grant's going, thanks for nothing, Brian. Anyway, but no, check out, these two are also going to be doing some comic review shows. And man, we've got a flood of great shows coming up. Seriously. And again, if you want to watch something great, check out Indie Volt on YouTube and on Facebook. Plus, I shared it on my pages. I was on Sunday Funnies yesterday with Randy Zimmerman and a great cast of friends. And we just had a generally good time and got some cool stuff discussed. And Angie Dudas from YouTube, glad to have you here. Good morning, everyone. Mwah, glad to see you, Angie. Hope you and Grant are having a super morning. Hope Beowulf is still doing well. And you asked me to check Michaela out. You just asked me to check Michaela out. That means you owe me one. You owe me several. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, I need some serious help, y'all. I have an addiction to StreamYard. Over 300 live streams in the past weeks. The hours are still being calculated. By the way, 1 year anniversary show will be April 4th at 6 p.m. Oh, very cool. Please keep posting that, Joe Dog, so we can help you, so we can be a part of that. We'd love to celebrate your anniversary. Yeah, and I got distracted last night, and I missed the live StreamYard thing, but check, if you're a StreamYard broadcaster, please, it would be worth your while to check out the StreamYard YouTube channel. They've got a variety of great programming that'll help you improve the look of your show. I don't think they've covered not muting yourself when you start. But anyway, common sense stuff, just doesn't get covered enough. But no, check it out. And every Sunday night at 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central Time, they have a forum with the two guys who came up with StreamYard. And it's always informative. And they're rolling out this week for the professional level, the ability to edit unique, I guess you'd call it unique channels. So for instance, if I had a guest on here, I could go back later. See, I can download these shows later as either an MP4 or an MP3, high quality on both. And I've been downloading the MP3s because we have plans. But I heard last night that they're going to be rolling out a way for let's say we had Joe Dog on as a guest star. I could edit his after the show. I could download the video, and there'd be one channel for my comments and one channel for his, making it easier to edit each of us into something different. I'm looking at the possibilities. I think it could be exciting. So, but anyway, StreamYard just keeps getting better and better. And if you are not if you have not checked out StreamYard for your broadcasting, you really should. It does play well with OBS if you're using that right now. I need to learn how to get my OBS to filter through here without losing a whole lot of the graphics. Anyway, Joe Witzman, yikes, Joe Dog, they just need to hire you. And Joe Dog, I accepted this is between me and Joe Dog. I accepted my invitation. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm still lurking and learning. And John B. Pica, if you guys did not catch back of the Cereal Box Saturday morning, you missed a great conversation with Willow Schuyler and the girls. They're women, John. You sexist pig. You're being canceled, I can tell right now. Like it's the first time, right? Anyway, none but love, John. And Confessions of a Geek Girl. In the first 24 hours, we've had over 1,000 views on YouTube. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. Excellent. I love hearing you succeed, man. It really makes me happy. And Grant Lankard, newsletter subscribers will get a sneak peek of me and Angie's new YouTube show. It's like a book report, but fun, where Angie and I take turns picking a comic book the other one has to read. Oh, that's cool. I love that format, man. And I'm a little side here. I love seeing, significant others doing shows together. Like the Green Room. It would, Carl is fun. Carly is fun. Put them both together, it is unquantifiable levels of fun. It is like weaponized fun. It's great. It's nuclear. But yeah, and Ted and his wife Chrissy they started their first episode last Friday of Drinking with the Davies at 6 p.m. on the 5 p.m. Central on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and it was a superlative show. It really was fun. And we're going to be watching them we're going to watch them make limoncello out of all natural ingredients, including a form of alcohol that I have avoided all my life because I'm scared of it. It's funny because I have seriously discussed with somebody drinking absinthe. I've had homemade absinthe. God, it was horrible. It tastes more like prison as absinthe, but nothing against the guy who sampled it. He tried, but no, there is to get the real thing, it's like almost like a ceremony. It's like pouring Guinness. And there is a good potential that your mind, it's like taking LSD or something, that your mind will be altered irrevocably from the experience. And I value my mind, what was left of it. And I have discussed seriously with Master Ron Fitzgerald about doing this. This shows, if it's one of those things, if he does it, I would do it. And if I did it, he would do it, which is not saying much about either of us. But anyway, getting back to where I was long ago. That's what the fun of the show, and that's why I'm behind the comments. The husband and wife thing, I love the chemistry there. Chrissy and Ted had a great show last Friday, and I love seeing this sort of thing. So anyway, please check that out. Let us know when I will be reading my newsletter happily, and we'll help you promote that when you and Angie get that going, okay? And Joe Dog McKeel, Carl Witzman, I got my money's worth, I would say. And yes, Joe Dog, you did. You jumped in on that special one-time deal, didn't you? Oh, and plus, I need to proofread B41 Post's comment. Yeah, I know. And to the Dark Mistress from the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and nope. And the check is in the post, Brian. Thank you, Glenn. We do our part to help our people at a reasonable cost. And Scott Crocker, no, he bought the full package. I signed up for the deal. Very, very cool. And thank you. I just got a notice on Instagram. Thank you, Funky Philosophy Fridays. Much love, brother. And I am on the pro plan. So am I. And Carl Witzman says, well, you are a pro. He really is. And real professionals like myself eat dinner on camera, which is what happened on his channel, SVL, the Scrubhouse Video Club. That's it. See, I remembered last night because I forgot we moved to 7. Oh no. Well, that's okay, because a little insider thing here. Brian Rodman had just gotten his dinner. And it sounded so good. It was making my mouth water. And I was trying to direct the show so that other people would be on camera and I'd give him a chance to eat while it was still hot. And it was funny because, of course, we do our first comment. I'm idiot me. Because we'd kind of gone clockwise, I thought it's only fair to go anti-clockwise. And so the first person I call is Brian Rodman. But anyway, that gave him like about 5 minutes to choke down his food, and it was good. And the remainder says Trevor Hawkins would be a great name for a book review podcast. That would be a good one. I like that. Carl Witzman says, I had to scroll at the beginning of my show. Produced by Carl Witzman. Destroyed by Donna Carlene. Unmute the mic. Carl. Oh, crap. Thank you, honey. Cookie just took the coffee pot. We know what that means. Anyway, I like that, Carl. Well, and that's the thing. I believe all people should get proper credit, so... Anyway, William Bass, all the cool people are here, and me, William. So yeah, but you make it even cooler, and it would be a holy scroll, says Trevor Hawkins. Good point. And Don Carlene says, "Don't make me come back there, Carl. Oh, there could be violence if we don't see any more comments from Carl Witzman. You know what happened." And call the police. And Brian Rahman, the Nevermorians are rising, folks. So excited to see us all doing so well. Let's keep rising together. That is the thing. That is the thing, Brian. Like I said, and we're a part of that. Like I said, last week was pretty challenging, and we don't need to go into why. It meant a lot of changes, and I got so much help and so much support and so much offers of help. This is a great community you guys have put together. Seriously, guys. I'm not looking for any praise on this, but you all do the right thing, and the more it seemed like the deeper I got into my own misery, the more help came in, and that was rising tide all over the place. And yesterday was really capped off the week in a good way, and just kind of slammed the coffin lid shut on my challenges, and I'm moving forward knowing I've got the best people in the world supporting me. And you're looking for glories, Brian Watt? No, morning glories. They're beautiful flowers. Also, they're mentioned on Oasis albums. And Scott Crocker, the true holy scroll hangs next to the porcelain throne. And actually, wait, if you have holes in your toilet paper, that's bad. That is, yeah. Buy the good stuff. It is worth the long dollar on that. And I might not be a cryptid, says Nick Tockard, but I do have to thank Carl and company for letting me vent about the frustrations of technology. Poor Nick had a challenge last Friday. It was right after I left. Or actually, I put Nick on another channel so I could go back and watch it when I was done. Another tab, rather. And Nick came into the green room on Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page last Friday, and he had... Your rant was glorious, sir. We felt your passion. We felt your barely repressed fury at what had happened. And we all understand. We have been there. Like I said, I had one time with OBS, and this was back about 9 months ago or so. I was using it, and it and Facebook were not talking well. Plus, it didn't help that I had just gotten one of those unwanted Windows 10 updates that had bollocksed up the computer, and everyone was just like at loggerheads with each other. And I had and I've gone back to see it. I just keep it up as a record there on my feed. I'll go back and think, okay, that is the day I almost quit. That, because I was so frustrated, and it wasn't helping that I had a couple people teasing me about it. Because I tend to take my shows very personally. So it's like, if I get 20 people telling me my mic is muted, I probably know that already. By the time I see that, I've hopefully got it fixed, because obviously I look at the comments. But it was just one of those days, and I think my brain chemicals were not in the right order. But I just basically said this, and I killed the broadcast. And I was very much about to say I'm never doing this again. I was that frustrated with it. But I had a show that afternoon. I was almost going to cancel it. But if I'm remembering correctly, it was one with Eric Hawkins and with Or was it? But anyway, no, I had a good show that afternoon. It turned out very, very well, which was good. Um, we got it going, and then I think I was using StreamYard by that time. So another reason I'm grateful is StreamYard. Anyway, please check this out. This is a brand new book out. If you tuned in late, I am in a book that someone else is paying to publish. How cool is that? It is called. Here it is. It is called Biff Bam Yow, the Subterranean Blue Grotto Guide to Batman 66. This is the second book in the series. 2 have been released so far. The first one is a blue cover with Adam West as Batman. And I have seen the cover to the third. I can't tell you anything about it, and I can't tell you the title either. I'm sworn to secrecy. But anyway, if you want to check it out, there are over a dozen fantastic articles on the second season of Batman 66, the iconic TV show with Adam West and Burt Ward. And I write about the 2-parter of Egghead featuring Vincent Price. And also, if you're an old Superman, The Adventures of Superman fan, it is there is a very significant guest appearance in there. Also, a guest appearance by the original partner to Joe Friday on the Dragnet radio and TV show, as well as Mae Clark, who played Elizabeth in the 1931 Frankenstein, as well as also famous before that for pushing a grapefruit into Jimmy Cagney's face. So please check out this book. It's available now on Amazon in ebook and in paperback form. $15.99 for the book and $5.99 for the ebook. Please check it out. I'm very proud of it. I'm proud to be in that company. And there is the link right here. Please check it out. We also have it posted on various places like the Rising Tide Network page on Facebook, and Rising Tide Publications on Facebook. And anyway, it's available. Please check it out. All right. And Trevor Hawkins says the Dark Missus must not be provoked, Dark Pope. Yeah, otherwise we'll have to get a new Dark Pope. And we are all about the rants, Nick. Yeah, we are. Especially when they are as passionate as yours and as earned. And Scott Rocker says, yeah, well, I am a cryptid, and so is my co-host on the Scrubhouse Video Club. And I am sick and tired of hearing this anti-cryptid propaganda from the Peanut Gallery, and I'm not going to stand for it. That's true. He's got to sit down. He's driving. She loves it, Trevor. Yeah, those will be the famous last words. Yeah. Jobby Bika, 50 years ago this week was the publication of Avengers number 88, written by Harlan Ellison. That's right. And a week or two before that would have been, was it Hulk, the Incredible Hulk number 140. By both written by my friend Roy Thomas, and the basic story by Harlan Ellison, the beast that shouted love at the heart of the world. And some great stuff there. Good memory, John. Good memory. I love seeing stuff like that. Thank you, John. That's super. And comment dump. I had to make a video. I don't have a video on here. It's just like a big announcement. Comment dump. So anyway, Trevor Hawkins says I would recommend that for the Egghead content alone. I think I showed after it was accepted. I showed Trevor the article, and he liked it. I was very pleased with that. He's one of my beta readers, and he always has great comments and additions to stuff. Scott Crocker says, I am, however, going to have to sit for it because I am driving, and if I stand up in this van, I'll hit my head. See, I told you. Safety third. Good man, Skunk. And Roy Mercado, glad to see you here. Hello, Brian. Hope you're doing well and you're enjoying your morning coffee. I am. I seriously am. I just want more of it. Because I've been hitting this pretty hard. We've run a couple spots where I've, So, yeah, Roy, good to have you here. I hope your morning's going well. And Christian Illusionist Jake says, I'm doing really good, my friend. Super. I spent $1,000 on my show, and now it's a full-time illusion show with big props and tons of family fun. That's great. That is so cool, Christian Illusionist Jake. Invest in your business. Seriously. Seriously. And here's the thing. You probably know this already, but when you buy your books, when you get a table, when you invest in more magic tricks, if you declare your income, that could be a deduction as an investment in your business. And that sounds great, Jake. It really does. Someone else who sounds great is Brian Rodman. She's riding on the edge. Folks, Cindy Cap has something very special in store for you with the new Animal Eye comic. I was finally able to take a peek at the script for issue 2, and I hardly had any notes for her. She's that good. Let's just say she had good training. I can't wait for this book to come out. Head over to ckoepp.com and sign up to get updates. Yeah, seriously, I am so proud of her. She ran the first draft of the script by me, and I had, of course, it was her first comic script ever. I gave her some research, some homework, and she came back with a solid first draft. And I had copious amounts of notes. Then came the second draft, and I had a few comments on it. Because that's where you really nitpick, everything you didn't catch the first time, or stuff that occurred to you later. And I told her, I said, don't even bother sending me the third draft. You did so well with this. Run it by your own editor and take it from there. And I had very few comments on the second draft. She did weigh in with me about she asked you if she had a question about one page about, it was a fight scene. And I just gave her a minor tweak to do. And I said, this is good to go. Excuse me. But anyway, she did a super job, and I'm seriously looking forward to that book. And after investing in my show, says Christian Illusionist Jake, my phone's been off the hook with church gigs. I'm going to be busy the coming months. Excellent. And he's going to be at NonCon with me and a whole bunch of really cool writing people. And Joe Dog McKeel says, Dear McDonald's, thank you for not selling hot dogs. No way I could order 2 supersized McWieners with a straight face. Oh yeah, I know Christian's been waiting for the McWiener himself. He's always looking for a good McWiener, and he just he keeps telling me he's hoping to get a foot long, and he can't wait to pop that thing in his mouth. Carl Wisman says, if you missed Brian's birthday episode, use 2 hours of your life to see it. That's a ringing endorsement there. I rewatched it last night and laughed my behind off. Well, I hope it gets reattached, Carl. I admit I watched it last week and it helped get me through. That was I don't normally watch myself except critically. It's like, oh, I could have done that better. Oh, have I learned nothing? But that show was funny. You were wonderful, and so was Amy Hale and Christian Basil. We had a blast, and you get to find out whether it's boxers or briefs with Brian, and that was a good time, Carl. So you were excited, Brian. I was, and I just did not want to turn in any excrement for Jim and Rich. So I was excited beyond measure to turn in that article and see that, the kind of company I'm keeping with that thing. I hear someone coming up the steps. So anyway, coffee. So and it turned out, I think, pretty excellently. So I was happy, and well done, Brian. Thank you, Glenn. And one of these times when I clear out enough space in my schedule, I'm going to get that article written for you. And Skunk Rockers groaning. The bad pun is bad. Yes. And Nick Socker says, hey, maybe they will tap you to write on King Tut as a depiction of mental illness. I think someone else is doing King Tut articles. But I am doing a Joker article for the next one. Jim asked if I pitched an idea actually about 2 years ago for the 3rd volume. Because I knew he was working on one at the time, and I said, well, here's the one I want to do. And I pitched it to him, and I told him and he goes, what's your slant? And I told him, and he's like, oh, okay. Because it turns out that a piece of I think part of history needs to be properly credited to the Batman TV show. But anyway, it'll be fun. Or his condo made of stone, a King Tut. Yes, Skunk. But no, that's a really good idea. And in fact, there could be a whole book about and it should be written by a professional about mental illness as depicted in not just comics, but in something like Batman, something that's presented as good, clean fun, and yet you have these people who are diehard criminals. What goes into that kind of thinking? And King Tut, of course, who is an amnesiac of sorts, with a little bit of schizophrenia. because the idea was that he was a college professor of Egyptology, an expert in it. But whenever he got bonked in the head, he thought he was genuinely King Tut. And when he got bonked in the head again, he reverted back to his academic persona. So, yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. That is an excellent idea, Nick. Seriously, it is. And puns are a high form of comedy, according to Lewis Carroll, who should know. It's Skunk says, if you say so. And Jeff Goulet, glad to see you. Happy Monday, Nevermorians. Glad to have you here. Hope your morning's going well, my friend. And Willow's Pillow Talk returns this Sunday, says Willow Schuyler. Who would know? Looking for a group of car enthusiasts to chat about our favorite vehicles from pop culture and anything we've restored, built, or even collected. Wow. That is a cool idea. That is a great show. I'm not a gear. I used to really follow cars when I was much, much younger. Not much of a gearhead. I still remember my American Motors 1976 Gremlin. I love that car with a passion. If I had the wherewithal, I'd still have the body. I'd probably have to trade out most of the interior. But my first Gremlin was amazing. In fact, I loved it so much, I found a second one. Same model, same year, same color. And I drove that thing till practically the wheels fell off. And Jeff Goulet said Peter David wrote some really good Star Trek novels. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I really did like those. And he's written some of the comic book too. I've really liked Peter David's writing over the years. He's one of my favorite writers. And I actually got to interview him for a Hulk article in Back Issue magazine long, long ago. And yes, he did, Jeff Goulet. He did. And Jeff says, this show and everyone involved has inspired me to take some things off the back burner and try to get it crowdfunding. Thank you, Jeff. Keep us posted, dude. We want to help you with this. Seriously. We do. You've noticed we like talking about our projects here, and that's partly what the Rising Tide does. And so please, I'm glad. This makes me happy, Jeff. Keep us posted on this, my man. And I really missed Pillow Talk last night. Yeah, I did too. And yeah, Carl, I agree with Carl. That is good to hear. And Brian Rodman says, we interrupt this spectacular broadcast as we go live to the Red District as the camera pans closer to a poll worker. And we're not talking about visiting. We're not talking about voting, folks. He's wearing a fez, and that's all. Oops. Help him escape the poll burn and give him a tip at patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Thank you, Brian. Yes, unless, I'm willing to make my fortune $1 at a time. And if you want to be spared the indignity of having to watch it, please join my Patreon subscribers there. Let's pull that down. And there we go. So you can see everybody. Cindy, Clyde, Kelly, Brian, Amy, Jeffrey, Tina, V, John, Brian, and Remelian. Thank you all so much for your ongoing support of our ventures. And again, a lot of this show would not be possible today if it weren't for the ongoing support of these wonderful people. And if you want to become one of them, and $1 a month gets you something like a mention on this show and a little love from me, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and become part of our subscription team. And you'll get, for $5 a month, you get peeks at my current work in progress, a first draft flash fiction novel, as well as all levels get access to my special weekly blog. We're going to try it at least once a week, called Every Blog Should Have a Name. And higher levels will get to download books and such. We need to put some more up there. I recognize that. But anyway, please join us on Patreon. We do, and it's a good way to have a more intimate discourse with me and your fellow Nevermorians. Thank you all for your support. I sincerely appreciate it. I really do. Thank you for that. And now let's get back to your comments. And let's see. Here we go. Let's get... okay, there we go. Willow Schuyler says, sorry, Carl. Had taken time off to do the guest hosting gigs, and I ended up working later last night at work, so doing a show is not feasible. Well, you're worth waiting for, Willow. So whenever you get that going, let us know. We will promote you too, all right? And Willow, anytime you want to use the Rising Tide page, please do, okay? And Christian Illusionist Jake says, sorry, I haven't been on. I've been spending the months building a full-time gospel show. Yes. And now, because of all the studying, I have 9 big-time shows coming up, and they all want me at NonCon 6 also. And who can blame them, brother? You were a hit last time. So, yeah, please check us out. And NonCon 6, that is, let me look at my book here. Let me look. That's why I carry my appointment book with me, because I wouldn't know where I'm supposed to be otherwise. Hey, Hey, everybody, vamp until I get back. All right. Yeah, March, May, and there we go. Getting there. There we go. This is going to be September 24th, 25th, and 26th in Middletown, Ohio at the Post-Town Elementary School at 6600 Trenton Franklin Road. It'll be non-con number 6. It's running Friday through Sunday that weekend. And I'm excited. I will be there along with Charles F. Millhouse, Amy Hale, Molly Daniels, Carl Witzman, and Donna Carleen, I hope, and other wonderful people. And we're going to be there having fun, and we hope you will join us. Now you're saying, what is the admission? Is it going to be exorbitant? Yeah, it's going to be pretty steep. It's free. It's totally free. And there's going to be a lot of people there. It's in a haunted schoolhouse. I've learned some of the stories behind it. Fascinating. So please join us at NonCon 6, September 24th through the 26th, and Gospel Jake will be there. Looking forward to that, seeing him again. And 6 more subs till 500 at the Dastardly Dingoes podcast YouTube channel. Let's get them those 6 people. Ooh, thank you, sweetie. Can you hear that? The sound of love. Thank you, honey. Mwah. Love you.
Love you.
You can take that if you want.
There's no space.
Oh.
Drink it faster.
That's true. I need it more, right?
Yep.
Love you, honey. Just came out of the pot. Anyway, I can handle the heat. Oh, man. I feel it going down my stomach lining. It's so good. Anyway, 6 more subs. Brian, let us know when you hit it, okay? Let's get him to 500. He's passed me up. I love it. And Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says, check out Life on Cora number 3 at Indiegogo. Last 7 days on the campaign. They hit their first goal. Now just push those stretch goals. Let's help this good guy get to those stretch goals. Okay, thank you for sharing that, Mike, Jimmy, and Skunk Rocker. Well, Carl, you could have turned into our show last night on the Scrub House Video Club. We reviewed posters from the region of West Africa, specifically Ghana. And if you've never seen Ghana movie posters before, I was trying to fix that typo when what happened. But anyway, Ghana movie posters are a trip. I will definitely check that out. That sounds good. Thank you. Thank you, Skunk. Let's definitely check out the Scrub House Video Club for all things B-movie and wonderful. And it's not safe for work, so remember, turn up your speakers when you're at the job. And we understand, Willow, says Carl Witzman, just letting you know that we missed you. We did, Willow. We do miss you. You are always wonderful. And we had a great premiere last Friday at Drinking with the Davies. If you miss Chris and Ted, here's the dark and stormy link. Check it out. And we did not find that Schweppes this weekend, but we found at Aldi's and it's probably just a temporary buy, darn it. But we found a ginger beer it's probably got a similar level of ginger as Vernor's. It was powerful. Now we want to look for that rum you mentioned, but yeah, it was a great show where Ted and his wife Chris talk about drinks that were once the rage but have kind of fallen out of favor. And I've put in a request for Tom Collins because my parents used to drink that when I was in single digits, and I would sneak drinks every now and then. This probably explains how I turned out this way, ingesting alcohol during my brain formative years. But anyway, please check out that show. It turned out so well, and it's every Friday at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Central Time, Drinking with the Davies on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check it out and subscribe to Ted Davies Artistry YouTube page. And maybe I'll check that out, Skunk Rocker. I think I will. That sounds like fun. Jobby Pica, speaking of Kelly Gutner, check out our comics review show on the Back of the Cereal Box YouTube channel, the Back Issue Book Club. We have got to give that some support, John. Thank you for that. Brian Robin says, thank you so much, Grant Lanker, for breaking our dead zone streak. Memoirs of an Angel number 7 is now one step closer to reaching stretch goal number 2. Check out that link, please. Even $1 gets Brian closer to his goal, and it is a great attaboy. Thank you so much for sharing that, Brian. And Skunk Rocker says, I also ate spaghetti on camera, unrelated, but if anybody wanted to see me eat food, there you go. Yeah, what a trip, right? Anyway, Lacey Lemke says there is the link to Nightmare Oasis Rainy Day Fair in the form of short, scary stories, sure to surprise and satisfy even the most desensitized Nevermorian. And of course, Lacey, I'm in the room. I'm still here. I can hear you. Nightmare Oasis brought a group of about a dozen authors up short, I believe the term is, when she read this very short, very horrifying story that I had not read the book yet. And everybody's like, did you hear what Lacey just read? And I'm like, no. And they're like, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. And so that week I went and I read the book, and I'm like, oh my God, Lacey, you look so innocent, and you're evil. You're total evil. I'm beguiled. But anyway, it's a great story. She's a fantastic writer. Please check her out. I'm serious. And she's got 2 volumes of the book, and it is great stuff. And comic book black belt. Oh my goodness, hello to you. Please check it out. Please check out the comic book black belt. Russ, right? Anyway, so good to see you. Man, this is great. I'm excited. And Cindy Cap is Monday. Can't trust that day. Oh, don't I know it. And how are y'all? I'm having a great morning. Rough start of the show, but what else is new? And I'm seeing like you and comic book black belt. I'm so happy. But anyway, good to see you, Cindy. Good to see everyone here as we approach the last few minutes of the show. Carl Westman, food fetish fans. Well, there you go. There you go. Next, Skunk should get on like Pornhub or something and get this going. I would eat on the air, but then you'd see most of it on my shirt. So that's 65 years old and still haven't figured out how to feed myself yet. What's wrong with me? And definitely check that out, says Cindy Kip. I've got an endorsement for my Smashwords site. Thank you, hon. Thank you. And then go over here to Amazon, where you can get my works, such as Santa Stein, the original Skyman Battles, the Master of Steam, Volcano Rebirth of the Champion, Amazon Reviews Made Less Impossible, and Conflict, and all manner of wonderful stuff. And again, for those of you who missed it, Pulp Reality #1 is up for an award, the Pulp Awards this year, and we are up in Best Anthology and Best Cover. And please check my page, Charles F. Millhouse's. We've also featured the link here repeatedly. And please pick up a copy and read it. We would appreciate your honest review on that. And also, please vote in the awards. That should be happening later this year. And hopefully we will be... hopefully we'll have a place in there. I'm definitely going to make sure I go this year. I would like... and I am not specifically named in this, except as part of the crew for the anthology, one of the stories in there. But I'm claiming credit. No, I shouldn't. I'm teasing on that, really. There's a lot of great writers in there, a lot of great stories. If you like fast-paced pulp adventure, and Charles F. Millhouse was kind enough to let me play with Captain Hawkland, Shut Up, Christian, and write a story about him. It was a lot of fun, and I'm also going to be in issue 2, and I'm going to pitch a story to him for issue 3. I'd like to be in every issue. Anyway, I don't want to miss an issue. I want to be there all the time. Anyway, Cindy Kip, thank you so much. And Skunk Rocker says, look, whatever tickles your pickle or munches on it, I'm flexible. And then Christian died. Was it at Mortus at Christiana? And Carl Wisman says, Carly, we are nuclear fun. Makes a note. There we go. You are the nuclear option. Jobby Pica said, I spent the weekend in Pennsylvania, and we took a drive out to Lancaster. And did you know that there is a Cartoon Network hotel in Lancaster, Pennsylvania? No, I did not. That has somehow eluded me, John. John, you better do some talking on it about that on your show, because I will definitely tune in for that. Well, I tune in anyway. Please check out Back of the Cereal Box every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, and check out what John's doing with his own family of shows. Proud of you, John. I seriously am. And the Skunk Rocker says, whoa, Kane from Poltergeist 2 just passed me in a black Hyundai accent. The dead have risen and are driving Korean cars. Oh my God, if that isn't a movie, Skunk, you need to start that screenplay right now. And there's another fun spot to visit. If you like your Coy Wolves, you got to check out Amanda Tockart's writing. She is amazing. And Carleen says, well, I knew we were nuclear something. There we go. Carly, you and Carl are the nuclear option of entertainment. And don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Mwah, Cindy Cap. We do have a tip jar. I don't have the banner up for it yet, but it's it's for a one-time contribution. It is paypal.me/ lowercase, Rising Tide, capital B, capital K, capital M. And all contributions will be privately and gratefully acknowledged. And they too have helped the look and sound and feel of this show. Everything from this point on is operator error. So anyway, Cindy Kemp also says, do not miss this on Amazon, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockard and the Simple Axe is his brand new book. Please check it out. It'll be a great reference material for any writer or artist interested in doing bladed combat right. And this will be fun. Definitely check that YouTube out. And John B. Pica says, real broadcast professionals eat breakfast cereal on the air. Oh, hell yes, they do. That's the only thing I haven't done on this show, probably. Because I've done some things on this show you people will never find out what I did. And podcasts are even more susceptible to my chicanery. But anyway, because they can't see what I'm doing. But anyway, yeah, check out John B. Pica's show on Facebook and on YouTube and give that page a like. And there is some nuclear warning for Carly from Trevor and Comic Book Blacklist just dropping in to listen in, Brian. Well, I hope you like what you hear, sir, and I hope all is well this morning. Promote yourself. That's why we are here. And Cindy Kemp says there's magic in the air, and you can find those adventures there on Amazon, courtesy of John Pica. Also check out johnpica.com and find out all the cool things this guy does. Amy Hale, a proud part, I hope, of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, says join us this week on Creative as Hail as we chat with Christian Basil. It's going to be so much fun. Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central. Or excuse me, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. My apologies. And check it out on YouTube on Author Amy Hale's channel. Also check out Author Amy Hale on Facebook, Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook, and AuthorAmyHale.com. Amy, if you need any sort of warning about Christian, get back to me fast. Anyway, no, that will be a blast. And it'll be our time to do to Christian what he does on our shows. Just saying, people. Anyway, and Amy's like, what did I do to you? So anyway, no, that's going to be a fun time. You guys are going to have a blast. I will be there. And her show is on just before Stupid O'Clock on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Don't forget the Stupid After Show at 11. And I am on before that on Thursdays on Comic Book Spectrum with Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman. And early that morning, Ted Talks Timepieces, and that will be fun too. We've got your Thursday. You've got time to eat between shows, but we got your evening planned and your morning off to a great start. And speaking of a great start, Michaela Jade, glad to see you here. Loved your Friday episode. It was so cool. Please subscribe to Michaela Jade's channel. And Cindy kept more time for this. Check this out on YouTube. Oh, yeah. And now for my Friday aborted comment, says Joe Doc McKeel. Balderdash, is that a sprint race for people with advancing premature hair loss? I win. Anyway, that's funny. I love it. And Cindy then says, then check out Amy Hale also on Amazon. Please check her out. Amy Hale, Cindy Kemp, Nick Tockard, Amanda Tockard, all you people, so crazy talented. I am so proud to be among you all. And Brian Rahman says, Brian, you mean so much to us Nevermorians. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We are here for you and we love you, my friend. I love you right back. I really do. No obstacle is too large that we can't overcome together. # Rising Tide. I last week reaffirmed that. And I was talking with Randy Zimmerman yesterday after Sunday Funnies, which you all should go back and watch on the indievolt.com channel and also on YouTube and Facebook, INDIE Volt. And we were talking about some issues that were plaguing both of us. And, just brought back, that I am blessed to have so much support and hope that I can try in some measure to return that to all of you. Last week was a challenge, and we're still, coursing through a few of the choppy waters here, but and it's funny. This is funny. We have it's actually a regional chain of pizza shops from a former Purdue graduate. It's called AZIP, which is pizza backwards, spelled backwards. And they have a monthly special pizza, and this month I don't mind pimping for them. This was good. It's called March. It's basically ties in with March Madness, and it is kind of a crab rangoon base with sweet soy pepper sauce and wonton noodles. Plus, you can add veggies and stuff to it, various other things, and it is fantastic. But it came with a fortune cookie, and mine said something to the I saved it, but it said something to the effect of, basically, you never do anything alone. And it, and last week, like I said, there were some disappointments last week that were vexing me greatly. But you guys got me through it. And I want to publicly thank each and every one of you who reached out to help show some support, just made me smile during the day with your posts or whatever. So anyway, Carl Wisman says, is it too late to say feed Cookie Don't Die? Never too late for that. We're going to rush through the stuff here. And good morning, Michaela from Willow. And there's a good place to visit, Michaela Jade. She's got the Warriors series coming out, the third part of the trilogy, maybe out next month. Or actually later this month, perhaps. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And oh, dear God, don't even get me started about Windows updates, says the Skunk Rocker. I was late to stupid o'clock on Saturday because, one, it took an hour and 12 damn minutes out of my life. I hear you. And I see that I've got one on this computer, too, that I'm going to have to launch after we're off the air here. It's sometimes these things scare me. Because you never know what's going to happen and how it's going to bollocks up your system. But anyway, Skunk, we're glad you got through it and you're worth waiting for. And it's great to hear Americans say bollocks. Yeah. Well, I recognize that bollocks here is completely different from Great Britain. I own the Sex Pistols album. I know what it means. And Skunk Rocker says, I spent that hour and 12 minutes tweeting at Microsoft about how much I hate them. And I'm sure it was well worth it. But anyway, Comic Book Black Belt. Please check out comicbookblackbelt.com. And got great stories. And please leave a link. Would you please, if you haven't already? I would love to have this part of our history here. And Joe Dog McHale says, okay, after 11, so motivational comments, and we can use them. And there's poetry for you from Teresa Dunn, who will be on Clever Title Pending tomorrow night with Morgan Strom, Komnick, and William Bove. 3 developing authors, and we welcome your questions. Please tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be a good show. And here's the tip from Carl Witzman. Spend the money and get an SSD drive installed as your main drive. Windows, that's a solid state drive, right? Windows updates take some mere minutes, so glad that I spent the money. I just got a 1 terabyte drive for my main computer, and I'm loving it. I really do. Because I'm one of those people, oh, I like that picture. Oh, I like that video. Oh, I like that video. I'm like a pack rat with this stuff. Yeah. So I'm grateful for it. But yeah, I'm tempted to get an SSD drive, possibly for the next computer I buy. I'm looking for a gaming computer, I think, that I want to use for video editing and for broadcasting, because I want to do some green screen stuff to spiff up the show, and that will help. So anyway, your endorsement of that, Carl, makes me want to get one. Joe Dog McKeel says, be an optimist, at least until they start moving animals in pairs to Cape Canaveral. That's true. Oh, Joe Dog, I take it you've been seeing some of the Mars stuff. I found a channel that's been sending out, another channel that's been sending out images from Mars, edited down from the constant streams from NASA. And it looks like they're on the verge of testing that helicopter. Plus, they dropped something on the surface the other day, and I don't know what it does. But anyway, we'll find out soon. And after their annoying updates, Microsoft doesn't work right anyway. Willow Skylar, thank you, darling. I'm sorry it's not just me, but yeah, I tell people that it takes like an hour to download, it takes like an hour or so to download Windows Update. Then it takes you about 2 or 3 hours to fix whatever it is they have ruined for you. So I feel the pain. And Joe Dog McKeel says, women and cats will do as they please, and men and dogs should just relax and get used to the idea. I've settled into it, man. I'm deep into that thought. I really am. Nicholas Tocker says, www.amazon /author/Nicholas Tockard for all of your weapon and game-based needs. check out Big Stompy Robots, and coming soon, Hybrids, the Sons of God's role-playing game. I am so excited by that even though Terraform Comics is no more, the work proceeds, and IndieVolt is going to be picking up Hybrids, the Sons of God's through their Arrow 4.0 imprint. We'll have more news on that as that unfolds. I will be helping with their promotion. So anyway, please check out the work of Nick Tucker because he's amazing. And if you're really brave, says Cindy Cap, check out this lunatic. Oh, I love that lunatic. Hey, I saw that you did well at QuadCon. That makes me happy. Joe never did get back to me about this coming Saturday, so I'm not going to follow up on it. I've got other things. In fact, something may happen Thursday. If it comes off, I would be hesitant to be 4 hours away from home. Let's say I could be getting my COVID shot on Thursday. I do have another appointment as a backup, but if this one comes through, then I will cancel the second one and make it available for someone else. But this just popped up and I said, I'm taking it. I want to get it over with so I can be safe, particularly going out to other shows, and particularly since Cookie will get hers too. So keep prayers for Thursday going well, okay? Around 9 o'clock. Bill Sargent says, we interrupt the Egghead and the Fez to bring you this important announcement. Join the far out and groovy kids by clicking on Sargent 76, the artwork of Bill Sargent on Facebook, where I'm only 109 likes from 1,000 likes. That's beautiful, Bill. Congratulations. My daily warm of sketches are available for purchase safe and securely through PayPal. So make sure to like the artwork of Bill Sargent, where everything old is new again. Check out what he does. He's a great artist. I'm so proud of him. And let's get through this comment dump again. Oh, anyway, Cindy Kep says you should also check out all the gazillion podcasts. There are so many by fabulous folks on a variety of interesting topics. Yeah. Between YouTube and the regular podcast channels, it's like Christian Basil keeps saying that it's no longer like shows, it's like family reunions. And hashtag bring Cookie home. Thank you, Cindy Kip. We got to do the same for you too, And are you using the pro level of StreamYard? And I have yet to experience this mythical comment dump. Maybe that's because nobody's commenting on my stuff. John B. Pica, that could be. But this show is basically geared up as a conversation show. So my comment dump will happen. And, it was funny because the March 2nd episode of Time Before Last on Clever Title Pending, when Christian Basil took the wheel, I don't think he had never experienced much comment dump either. And then he found out I'm not making it up. I am not lying. And he had comment dump after comment dump. Then he did the stupidest thing he could have done. And I've told him this. He said, everybody stop typing. And I'm like, oh God, no, don't tell my people that. They're not just Nevermorians. They're contrarians as well. And he proceeded to have comment dump after comment dump. And I'm just like, I told you. So anyway, yes, I am using the pro level StreamYard. I love it. I really do. And this week I'm going to be working on setting it up to make it just a little bit more efficient. For my different shows. Currently I have everything on one channel, and I thought that would do it, but I see that I'm going to have to, and this is something for everyone who does multiple shows. I am going to use the option to create different studios for each. Now there'll be some overlap, like some of the ads will, the Plasma Fire Graphics ad will run in all of them, because basically they're going to run till Jeffrey tells me to stop, because I'm so grateful to him. But yeah, I am using the pro level of StreamYard, and it's worth it. John, I say seriously, because you have so many shows, if you allow people to use your network, it is worth it. It'll pay for itself. And beta reader, is that like a beta fish? No, and it's not like a master. Never mind. No, William. You know what it is. But for those of you who don't know, beta readers are people that once you get the manuscript edited to the best of your ability, you send it out to them for comments. And here's a pro tip. Tell them to not worry about your feelings. because you will find out that they won't. But they'll critique your work, and they're also your best resource as far as promotion too. So definitely do that. Trevor Hawkins, I'd say the third cover should be yellow gold with Yvonne Craig, but I'm just guessing. Can't tell you. Anyway, QuadCon was fun, and many dragons, Martians, and books found new homes. Cindy kept that makes me happy. I think I will try down the road to get into one of the QuadCons, but I'm glad you did well, Cindy. You deserve it. You really do. And Facebook user says it sounds good. Going to work. Have a great day, Brian. Hey, your name and avatar didn't come up. I'm sorry, but you have a great day too. I insist on it. All right. Joe Dog McHale says there's more to life than stocks, people. There are options. Definitely. And Philip Thompson, glad to see you. Did you see my promo video last week? I will get to it today. Haven't had a chance. It's been a week, Philip. It really has. Joe Dog McKeel. And now if I time this right, don't die, feed Cookie. You have timed it excellently. We're going to rip through the comments here. FYI, 3 more days to check out Beowulf. Do check that book out. I've seen a sample. It is beautiful. Michaela J says, this might be the last morning show I get to enjoy live. I start back to the landscape job Wednesday. The greater part of me says, I'm sorry. You know why. Michaela, we got to bring you home too. All right. But stay safe out there, please. Cindy Cap says, I'm sadly out of break. I'm the one who's sighing. I need more vacation. Don't we all? I'll catch up with you all later. In the meantime, you'll want to back the snazzy crowdfunding campaigns currently running, like Memoirs of an Angel and Hybrid Sons of Gods and Beowulf. Thank you, Cindy Cap, for being here as always. Mwah. Much love to you. And check out Cindy Cap. I know this is going to put me a little further behind, but this is worth it. Please check this fantastic lady out. Did I bring this over? Did I bring it over? Oh, Cindy, I'm sorry. I thought I brought that over. I need to get Cindy's promo over here. Cindy, I owe you a promo. But please check out her work at ckoepp.com, and please sign up for her monthly newsletter. About 10 days from now, she's going to release the new edition, and you do not want to miss it. It is always a fascinating read. And Gospel Christian Illusionist Jake says, oh, and something awesome happened at a conference I did. A routine talking about getting rid of the caretaker character. My mentor came running up to me and gave me a big hug saying, love you, bro. That's interesting. We won't have time to talk about it here, but I'm interested in why. I like the caretaker. I like the caretaker idea that you're taking care of others. And I do approve of the Christian illusionists, but I'm just curious about that. But anyway, Grant Lackert says, if you've backed Beowulf, remember that if you also back Russell Allen's project too, you get a free window cling. That looks super, man. And that's a great idea, Grant. That really is. And it's a window cling of Beowulf and Zenon and I Titan. Also, definitely check out Russell Allen's. It is good stuff. And I miss the old pocketbook, says William Pace. Yeah, I do too. I recently picked up a series of some of the very early, oh, dang, I just blanked out on it now. But it was, Hutton. Jim Hutton was him in and David Wayne was in a TV series on Thursday nights on NBC with us. Also, Manfred B. Lee was one of the writers. Great detective series. Private detective and his police father. Oh, God, why am I blanking on the name? But anyway, I found a whole bunch of them from pocket books, and the numbering was in the, I think the highest one was in the low hundreds. They were all from the early to mid 40s, and I snagged these things as fast as I could get them. Not Nero Wolfe. God, it annoys me when my brain turns off like that because I get so focused on this. Joe Dog McKeel says, Willow Schuyler, get with me on the car show. I owned a 78 Bandit Trans Am with a unique history. Cool. And not fair, Joe Dog, says Michaela Jade. Christian Lucas Jake, after he gave me a hug, I got a standing ovation over it. They all came up and gave me a big hug, and it made my dad cry tears of joy. That is beautiful, man. I love hearing that. And still haven't heard a thing from the guy at NonCon. Try again, Carly. I told him to expect a message from you. I don't know if it's something happening with his. There is another person, Keith Age. Keith, of course, like Keith, and then Age, like Age. You can also write to him too. He's also on Facebook. So check it out. I want to get you guys out there. I really do. And poor Michaela back to work. Yeah, well, she's working on it, and yeah, I'm so excited. Do I detect sarcasm? Anyway, I've arrived at the secret bunker. Time to make the donuts. John B. Pica, thank you for being here. JohnPica.com. Also, check out his shows on John Pica. All of his various YouTube channels. Please subscribe to them all and check out johnpica.com for a listing of them. And at 11:26, we are 2 subs away from 500 at that channel. Oh my God, please, let's get Brian over that goal before we go off the air in a few minutes. And my mom loved Tom Collins. She would share it with me. It was my first alcoholic. Mine too. I mean, I think I was 7 years old when she gave me my first sip, which is probably explains a lot of blank spots in my 20s, but train them young, I say. But no, yeah, I loved it. It was a very sweet, kind of fruity drink, and I liked it. And I tend to like sweeter drinks than drier. So, and Dark and Stormy, says Grant Lankard. Is that the plural of Dark and Stormy? Dark and Storm are one of the few mixed drinks I like because it's not super sugary. Yeah, and they mixed it with a rather robust rum that I really want to look for. And I could just imagine making that with Kraken. So yeah, it's Dark and Stormies is plural. So yeah, or Darks and Stormies. I don't know. And we're gonna get to it, Philip. And Ted Davies and Christine Davies, says Bill Sarn, should do an episode on Brandy Alexander's. That's an excellent idea. It's the drink that got John Lennon in trouble at the Troubadour during his Lost Weekend in 1974. Oh yes, where he became the poster boy for sanitary pads, right? I remember that. Oh man. That's true, Bill. That's true. Gospel Illusionist Jake, I'll send you pics of my brand new show in your DM. Thank you. I'd love to see that. And Brian Robin says, once again, you have started our week out right, my friend. So have you. You've been a major part of it, brother. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Brian. You're part of this too, man. Remember, folks, check out all the wonderful Rising Tide shows this week. What a great time it is. Also, please check out the Dastardly Dingoes podcast network too. These guys are rocking and rolling, and check out their shows. And please join Brian Rodman and myself, along with Eric Hawkins and Clyde Hall, this Thursday at 7 p.m. on issue 4 of Comic Book Spectrum. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about it this week and get our act together. First time ever, right? Anyway, thank you, Brian. Love you, brother. And Skunk Rock, yeah, I got to start posting the copy again, but it needs editing. I can't do that while I'm driving. You stay safe, man. I'd rather you be around, and I'll try to autocorrect for you, okay? And hashtag bring Cookie home, hashtag feed Cookie, and hashtag laugh like the Joker. Oh, that's different. Batman, I'll get you. Anyway, no, this is fun. I'll have to find the channel, Brian. I saw an interview with Cesar Romero when he was filming Batman. In fact, he was in a t-shirt, smoking a cigarette, and had his Joker makeup on and talking in his normal voice. It was great. It was great. And good morning to you, Pops Van Zandt. Good morning, brother. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you're doing well, too. Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube. Check it out and subscribe. Good morning to you. And morning, Pops, from Michaela. And the Skunk Rocker says, oh, no, Amy, Christian likes it when ladies are in charge. And hey, Pops, from Comic Book Black Belt. And Skunk Rocker says, that reminds me of what happened on Saturday, stupid o'clock. I said advert, and it tripped Louis up. What? It was like, what, are you British? And sheepishly, I had to admit, I watch a lot of Channel 4. Yeah. You're talking about, yeah. I grew up, and I occasionally slip, and I say, well, I'm not going to the university. I'm going to university, or I'm going to hospital. Yeah, my mom was an Anglophile, and we watched virtually every British show around that we could, and I developed a huge fondness for British comedy. I had like a number of David Frost's albums before he became a talk show host in America. And a number of his chief writers came from Monty Python, would go on to form Monty Python. I think Cleese, Idle, Chapman, and Palin were all on his staff too. So yeah, I dig the Brit stuff. I really do. And another dump there, and here we go. Catching up with Eric Hawkins. Have a SSD and a SATA drive so much faster than the old one. I've noticed my machine's performing a lot better since I had the Tera drive put in. But right now, I really need to look for a gaming computer or something that can be a little more robust in handling the resource demands that broadcasting would entail, especially with green screens. I think we could do some really good stuff with that. And Carly, nothing wrong with being an Anglophile, Skunk. I agree. From the desk of a small press publisher, some people have to learn the hard way. That's true. And sometimes tough love is the best lesson. And Brian Rodman just popping in to say, we reached 500. Yes. Oh, thank you, Nevermorians, for doing this. Please keep subscribing to Brian Rodman, the Dastardly Dingoes YouTube channel. Brian, thank you so much for letting us know. And thank you, Nevermorians, for making this happen. We love you guys, and you really deserve it. And less than 10 minutes until time to feed Cookie. I'm working on it, Joe. I appreciate your love, man. Scott Clarker, oh yeah, I should probably say something too. Don't die, feed Cookie. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully that Windows update doesn't last until tomorrow. Much love, man. Hey, Skunk. Kyle, you have a great day, my friend. You stay safe out there. Be careful with those signs, and just have a great day, brother. You more than deserve it, man. Scott Crocker continues, and I thought I said catheter. I've been hanging around Witzman too much. Yeah, and I do have the Amy pail, my hail pail with me. And all right, I'll shut up so you can finish the show now. Skunk, you're worth reading, brother. Much love to you, man. Ellery Queen, yes, thank you, Carly. That was who I was trying to think of. Ellery Queen, thank you. Sometimes I get so focused on what I'm doing here, I blank out on names entirely. Like I was, Russell, I apologize. I was like, I know it. I saw him just yesterday. But anyway, but yeah, thank you. And thank you, Bill Sarton, Ellery Queen for sure. And be careful of that ankle of yours, Michaela. I agree. Please, Michaela, don't be so enthusiastic. And QuadCon St. Charles for Eric Hawkins. That will be March 28th. Please check him out. There's also one in Burlington, Iowa. This coming Saturday. I was trying to get in there, but I never heard back from the promoter. So I'm going to take a Saturday off. How's about that? And Grant Liker says, yeah, Brian Rodman. Yeah, I agree. And other Brian, BKM, have a wonderful day and a wonderful life. Love you, brother. Grant, thank you so much, man. I love you. You and Angie have a fantastic Monday. And I will see you soon and looking forward to it. And William Samuel Quinton, good to see you. Good to see you, sir. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Madhouse here. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, and we're glad to see you. Man, hope you're doing well. If you have anything to promote, put it in the comments. We will promote it. And thank you, Carl Wisman. Ellery Queen, I blanked out on that. Yeah, I've got about 6 or 7 very old paperbacks, and it's got like 4-point type, and it's printed on that Bible paper, that real thin stuff with the red on the spine. Remember the old paperbacks that had like the red paint on the outside of the edge of the book on the pages? That just makes me so happy to see that. In fact, years ago, there was a Star Trek book written by 2 friends of mine, Tony Isabella and Bob Ingersoll. And remember the repeat of the Menagerie that where Kirk was on trial for murder, and the lawyer that defended him, that old country lawyer that defended him, it was a book all about that lawyer, and they made it look like one of the old Perry Mason books from the 40s. It was a trip. That was a good book. And Alexia Vidhuizen and I are about to head to the Kubert School to speak with the students. Are you really? Oh, man, that is fantastic. And I apologize to Alexia for butchering the name, but that is fantastic. And I'd love to hear more about this. I really would. For those of you who don't know, the Joe Kubert School is the very first university in America, organized in the 70s, in fact, by classic, comic book artist, writer, editor, letterer, you name it, publisher, Joe Kubert. I had a hand in transcribing interviews for Joe Kubert's biography by the late Bill Shelley. I'm so happy with that. But anyway, it is the first full-service school for training comic book artists and writers. God, Hi Eisman. I've met him a couple times. I know he's a lecturer up there too. But he also trained for newspaper strips, general graphics, animation now. It is a full-fledged school. I think 3 of Joe's children run the place now. And that's exciting. William, I'd love to know more about this. If we weren't closing this out, I'd grill you like a murder suspect. But we'll talk more about that, William. Thank you for sharing it, and have a great day, everyone. Amy Hale, thank you again, and stay tuned for Amy Hale's intro to the show, and we're going to be working on more stuff together, she and I. She does a fantastic job, and she's also an incredible writer too. And check out her Thursday night show. Excuse me, Creative as Hale, on every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. And this week she's going to be interviewing the one, the only, the wonderful Carl Witzman. So excited to hear that. And thank you very much, Amy, for being here. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all so very much. And like I said earlier, we have a Patreon page there. www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. $1 a month will get you something really cool. And in fact, here are our Patreon subscribers right there. They get a mention on all of our shows, all of our books, all of our upcoming audiobooks and comics. And I'm so grateful to their support and for yours. We are blessed to have really wonderful people supporting this broadcast and the Rising Tide mission. And also, speaking of Rising Tide, check out the Rising Tide Network. Take a moment and take a screenshot of this, because this is pretty much our latest schedule. It will always change, of course. And it starts on Sunday with the wonderful Heather Ellen on Comics, Chaos, and Sass, Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then I do this thing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on YouTube and Facebook. And then Clever Title Pinning tomorrow night. We are going to have a trio of great writers, namely, let me get my book out. I'm vamping till I can find it. Teresa Dunn, Morgan Strawson-Connick, and William Bove. Some great writers who haven't gotten a lot of exposure. We're going to change that. And then TED Talks on Tuesdays, where he interviews somebody impressive, a great creator. And on Thursdays, he does fantastic TED Talks timepieces where you can learn about wristwatches. Ted collects wristwatches and shares his enthusiasm. He and Carl Witzman also do a cigar show once a month on Thursdays at 11. And on Friday nights, brand new show from Ted and Chrissy Davies, Drinking with the Davies. And the first show is fantastic fun. Please check it out. And then Tuesdays, we have Clever Title Pending. And then Wednesday is me again. Thursdays, TED Talks. And then 7 p.m. is Comic Book Spectrum with myself, Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, Brian Rahman, a positive look at comics, past, present, and future. Then Creative as Hale with Amy Hale at 8 p.m. Eastern. And she's going to be interviewing Christian Basil. May God have mercy on her soul. Then 9 p.m. is Stupid O'Clock with Joe Dog and Skunk Rocker, and great conversation. You'll love it. And stay tuned for the Stupid After Show at 11. Then Friday morning is me again with Nevermind the Furthermore. Then 6 p.m. Drinking with the Davies. 7 p.m. is Michaela J's Tidbits and Squiggles, where she talks about creativity and getting ahead in the writing business. And then 8 p.m. is the fabulous Nicholas Tockard with the Historical Fencing Guild. Then Saturday at 11 p.m. is Stupid O'Clock. Sunday is Comics, Chaos, and Sass. We're back full circle. So please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. You'll be glad you did. We'll be glad too. Also, we want to thank PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics also on Facebook. Jeffrey Hayes does such amazing work. When the look of your book matters to you, you're going to want to check out Jeffrey Hayes and the amazing book trailers he does, as well as graphics for your promotion and all kinds of supporting material to make your project look its absolute best. So that's PlasmaFireGraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you. Thank you to everyone watching us on Facebook, whether it's live or on the rerun. We appreciate your being here sincerely. And please, if you've enjoyed any part of this video, take a second and give this a like if you would, please. And also, please like the page you're watching as a thank you to our hosts and to encourage them to share more of the Rising Tide broadcasts on their channel. Also, if you're watching us on Facebook, on the Rising Tide broadcast page, Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up button, and please take a second and subscribe. It costs nothing. You can change your mind later. We hope you don't. And also ring the bell so you can gear how many of our notifications you want to receive. or get them all. We would love that too, because it helps us a lot. We have now 467 happy people, I hope, and we welcome your comments on the broadcast, and we appreciate your participation. And we are powered by the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and glad to have you all here. And thank you again to Amy Hale for our fantastic what we're going to play at the end. And great show by everyone. Thank you, Carl, for being here, brother. Appreciate you so much. You have no idea. And you too, Carly, mwah, later with you. Looking forward to talking to you again. Always a pleasure. And it's always a pleasure to come to you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support of this show. We promise we're going to try to get better at it and try to mute ourselves less often. So anyway, thank you all, as always, for being a part of this broadcast. And thank you for your interaction with us. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending with our trio of amazing writers. And we will be awaiting your questions. So everyone, also please don't forget also one more promotion. Biff, Bam, Eow, the Subterranean Blue Grotto Guide to Batman 66, available now on Amazon, in YouTube, or not YouTube, where am I going? I need more coffee. Anyway, it's available in paperback and an ebook. Please check it out by myself. I've got an article in there. We would love to have your support. Also, please don't forget we are also part of the Pulp Reality #1 is up for 2 Pulp Awards. You'll see the links on my page and on the Rising Tide broadcasting page and publication page. Also, risingtide.pub, where you can sign up for my free monthly newsletter and find out what the heck I'm doing. So anyway, folks, before I stumble over my tongue any longer, shut up, Christian. We're going to wish you all a fantastic Monday, whatever part of the country you're in. If you're part of this crappy weather that's sweeping across the continent, please stay safe, all right? We need you. This world needs you, people. And remember, also, create fearlessly, all right? Somebody is out there that needs to hear what you are saying, and you need to express it through your work, whether it's broadcasting or art or writing, whatever it is. Please don't be afraid to put that out there, because there's somebody out there who needs, not just once, but needs to see it. And you'll get some support here at the Nevermorians. All right. So everyone, have a fantastic Monday. I am Brian K. Morris, who is wishing you, as always, that you stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. All right. Have a super Monday, an excellent March 15th, 2021. Make it a great day for someone else. And we'll see you tomorrow night on Clever Tile Pending. And we'll see you again Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a sensational day, everyone. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.